Do you struggle to plan your trips? Do you want to go on that awesome vacation but just don't know how to plan it all out? Hi, this is Angelina Allsop of thetravelingauthor.com, where books plus travel equals happiness. For the best book recommendations, travel and writing tips, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when I post a new video every Wednesday. If you want to plan that epic vacation and make it go smoothly, watch till the very end and I'll give you some amazing tips on how to do just that. Tip number 1, plan to travel in off-season. So traveling on off-season is amazing, actually. So we got married, my husband and I got married in Rome, Italy. It was incredible, but a lot of it was really awesome because we went in November. So I totally did it on accident, didn't even mean to travel off season or any of that stuff, but we did, and we missed so much of the crowds. So Italy is very different when you are not like knocking shoulders with people walking to see the Colosseum, to see St. Peter's Basilica. We waited 30 minutes, and that's because, we did some other tips, and I will go over those later to make that a little bit smoother, because seeing the Vatican is just it's always busy. That's where we saw the most people. But yeah, it was just awesome. There were some downsides. So they were like in between menus, like they had a winter menu and a summer menu, and they were kind of in between menus in one restaurant. And that was it. That was the only downside that I saw of going in November. It was also chilly. Okay, no, that's not true. We went to Cinque Terre for one like day trip, and more things were shut down there because that's a beach city. It comes alive when people can go in the ocean and be in the water and stuff like that. So it was a really quiet town there. So I know a lot of like amazing restaurants and stuff were closed, but we still were able to walk right in several really delicious, amazing restaurants and like just get something like, it was like a quick like to go place to eat. Also in a later tip, I will talk about that. Tip number 2, get to know the area. Once you decide in a place, we decided on Italy, and then we had to narrow it down. Like, where in Italy did we want to get married? Where did we want to travel? It's such a massive, big place. So what I started doing was reading blogs, of course. YouTube is actually a surprisingly great resource. Well, not surprisingly, because I'm on it, hello. But there's a lot of people that have like travel blogs there that moved from America to Europe, that have like blogs like day in a life or what they go see, or these amazing like not so traveled areas. So kind of like think about what you want to see, what you want to do, what kind of things do you like to do, what kind of things do your travel mates or your family like to do, and then just kind of watch with like a planning eye of these travel videos, and they're actually a lot of fun. It's actually really great. I will have them, playing on my phone. I have the awesome ability to be able to listen to stuff while I'm working, so I'll listen to them talk about like, oh, look at this place we're traveling to, and then I'll just peek at my phone really quick and put it down while I'm working. So I'm planning my trips while I'm working. YouTube's amazing like that. Loosely get to know the area. This will really help too. So once we narrowed it down to Rome, then I started looking at maps, and I started looking at like, okay, so here's a map of where I want to be. This area around here is a good place to look for a hotel. I knew that because I kind of knew the area, I kind of knew what I wanted to see, and I knew kind of how long I wanted to travel to find those different things. Tip number 3, plan a little ahead, especially for the deals. I'm going to talk about this in the next tip. You don't want to overbook, but if you can plan some things ahead, it really, really helps. So when we went to Rome, we wanted to see the Vatican, we wanted to go to St. Peter's Basilica. There was a deal where if you bought ahead of time, you can pick, it was like I think it was like a time period that you could get into the St. Peter's Basilica or it was vice versa. It was a time, yeah, no, it was a time that you could go into the Vatican. St. Peter's Basilica is right next to the Vatican, right? And they're both amazing things to do. If you're in Rome, you need to see both of those. They're incredible. So we had a set time for the Vatican, so we went really, really early as soon as it opened for St. Peter's Basilica, because there was just no like set time. It wasn't like we could just walk in at a arranged time. So we went and saw that. We walked around. Amazing. I can't even describe how incredible it is in there. But in the Vatican, we were able to walk right in. We walked past people standing in a 4.5-hour line. And we walked right in because we bought our tickets ahead of time. So if you can do things like that, or if you know you want to see a lot of museums, get like that museum city pass, and then just kind of plan on knocking some of those out. Tip number 4, don't overbook your vacation. This is really tempting, really hard to do. So in my series, Becoming a Savvy Traveler, the goal of mine is to help share some of my tips so that you can travel often. The goal for me, travel more, it's just so amazing. I can't even explain how much traveling has meant for me. But if you can travel like once or twice a year on a regular basis, it blows my mind, like just how much richer my life has been, and how much I've learned, and how much I've learned about other cultures, and just experience things and appreciate things at home and elsewhere. So the idea is to get you traveling more. I don't want you to come back and feel exhausted, and overbooking things is one way to do that. So it does help to come in with a mindset of, let's check out 1 or 2 cities and really check it out. Stay for 1-2 weeks, maybe, if you can. If you can afford the PTO, the time off, then stay for a couple weeks if you can, and then hit like 1, maybe 2 cities. And you can take day trips from there. But we scratched the surface when we stayed in Rome for 10 days, and that was 1 city for 10 days, and I'm really happy that we did that, because we just saw like a deeper, richer experience. One day when we were so tired, I could just sleep. It was the day after our wedding, and we were just beat, it was just so much planning and amazing activities, and we stayed out too long, and we drank too much, and the next day was just a recover day. And we could do that because we gave ourselves that kind of time and that space. You want to come back from a vacation after trips, feeling refreshed and energized and invigorated and ready to do your job, your life again, you want it to be a break, not come back worn out, get sick, whatever. Tip number 5, find good deals. I don't know if you've checked out my other videos in this series, but if you haven't, they're must-sees. They're everything that I do to find great tips on cheap flights, great tips on finding cheap hotels. So I'm going to continue to do how to, my next week's video is going to be on how to find, to stay on budget while traveling. But you want to save money where you can. Don't overdo it. Staying in Motel 6 with all of your family might be a little on the stressful side. You don't want it to be so run down or ghetto or anything like that. But there's ways to find deals on hotels that you would really enjoy staying in. Beautiful, unique, cool hotels. There's boutique hotels, there's Airbnbs, there's all these things. There's flights that are actually really great. They're comfortable, you can pay a little bit more for the leg room or whatever, but save money where you can so that you can travel more. This is my goal for you. Travel often, and saving money is how you can do that. Tip number 6, weird tip, use Yelp. Okay, so there's some cities where you can just walk around. New York's one of them. I think Berlin, we didn't check out too much like this, but Rome, it was so easy. You wander, you look for a friendly face, you walk into their restroom, incredible. but it's not always like that, right? You don't always find like just great deals in any place that you walk into. So look at Yelp and then have it not translate, and then find the 5-star reviews in the local language. That's how you can find really good, authentic, local restaurants. Tip number 7, utilize the wait staff. So in France, I was looking for crepes. I wanted crepes, and for some reason I was having trouble finding it. Like I couldn't look for crepes on I was using Yelp, but I was just struggling to find it. And then we just asked our restaurant, I'm like, where's the best place to get our waitress in the restaurant we're at? It was like a little cafe. I was like, where's the best place to find crepes? And he's like, next door. I was like, the building next door? He's like, no, the stand next door. We'd walk past the stand, not even seeing it. It was just a local stand. It was less than €5 per crepe. The crepes were massive and they were so good. And we had missed it. So use your waitstaff. They're locals. They know what's good. They know where the best place to check out that's not so touristy. Or if you want to see all the tourist spots, ask them. Ask them where they get their groceries. If you're trying to save some money, ask them next place, where's the best place to stay at? Like, where's the best place to find a hotel? Where's the best place to eat at? They know, they're locals. Comment below and let me know what your planning process is. What do you do to plan your vacation start to finish? These were just general tips on how to plan to make a great trip and make your trip really smooth. But let me know what your process is. Let me know if you want to know what my process step by step is on how to plan an epic vacation. All right, now you know my tips on how to make planning your vacation really smooth. But be sure to check out my video on how to find cheap flights and also how to find cheap hotels. The link's going to be in the description, and one of the videos will pop up on the end card. Be sure to click that and watch that. I'm doing a whole series on how to become a savvy traveler, so be sure to subscribe, hit that bell, and then hit the like. Liking and subscribing, these are ways that I know that these are videos that you like. Commenting below, letting me know what kind of videos you want to see. That's something that's super helpful for me. I want to know what you want to know, and I can share that. I created a free weather forecast tool. It's on my website, thetravelingauthor.com. You just click free stuff and then scroll down to weather forecast tool, and you can plan your trip really smoothly. So find out what kind of weather it's going to be, what the historical weather has been. If it's forecasting sunny, but the last 2 years it rained, you might want to bring some like an umbrella, or some plan to buy an umbrella when you get there, or something like that, just to be prepared. All right, thanks for staying. Love you guys. Safe travels, happy reading, and I'll see you next week.